Today on Memo PH is the first episode where we covered the heinous and controversial reign of Ferdinand Marcos, together with his declaration of martial law in the Philippines. I gotta say, this issue for the longest time is very gruesome because a lot of stories have been told and they say that everything is brutal. I mean, it's traumatizing for people.
I agree with you. Martial law is quite an experience for the Philippines, especially the country and the citizens. I mean, they were affected. You would know how bad it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
However, some way, it's very crucial to our country. Like in the Philippines, see, there are a lot of crimes anywhere. Thieves and burglars and murders anywhere, right?
Yeah,
so it's very crucial to implement this.
I mean, with all the crimes, like the drug users, you've heard of EJK,
Yeah.
right? Especially now.
Well,
I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, well, it's also because of the revisionism that's happening through books, through journals, that they keep on revising the history. And people don't know what's the real essence or what happened that year, or those occurrences or happenings or events that happened throughout the past.
The problem with revisionists is that the people don't know what is happening because the ones they get their information from, they're not revising, so it's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. But maybe this topic would really spark a lot of comments.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, let's go break down the timeline.
On December 30, 1965, Marcos is inaugurated as the 10th President of the Philippines. They say that this becomes the mark of the beginning of the first 4-year term of Marcos as President and second 4-year term of Fernando Lopez, a Filipino statesman, as Vice President. Marcos, who was fond of rebuilding and restructuring the country, built a lot of bridges and infrastructures such as hospitals and theaters. For me, this sounds really peaceful. No, but it's ironic to think that after restructuring this country, he proceeded to restructure people instead. I mean, look, he got bored on building Lego bricks in the country. The Filipino people found the administration safe and peaceful until the date of September 21, 1972, when Marcos signs the Proclamation Number 1081, which imposes martial law nationwide. A day after the actual announcement on September 23, about 100 of 400 personalities are detained in Camp Crame. The military shuts down mass media, flights are cancelled, incoming overseas calls are prohibited, and curfew is strictly enforced. Marcos subsequently issues General Order No. 1, transferring all powers to the President, who is to rule by decree. Until January 17, 1981 came, Marcos signs Proclamation No. 2045 to lift the implementation of martial law ahead of the first papal visit of Pope John Paul II in February. Then, on February 22, 1986, millions of Filipinos parked and converged on EDSA to overthrow Marcos. This marks the beginning of the new Philippines and the spark of the revolution, led by the first female president, Corazon Aquino. After the impeachment on February 25, 1986, Marcos and his family, together with some government officials, flee Malacanang for Clark in Pampanga before going to exile in Hawaii. They spent together there until his death on September 28, 1989.
For me, these were the only informations that people knew. You know, the history, its timeline, how it happened. But the narratives of people, they keep on disregarding those things. They are kept secret, hidden.
No, I mean, maybe it's the publishers of the information, they're trying to hide the truth, which are the narratives of the people that live in that era. I mean, it could be a conspiracy theory of some sort. You know, you get it?
Well, people kept on revising history in order to make guilty innocent and the innocent guilty.
I mean, a lot of people say that they're describe themselves as heroes because of the change. Like, for example, Marcos himself, it's a huge controversy if whether he's a hero or not.
Look at the desaparecidos, or the people who disappeared in that era. Like, they're never seen. And after that year, they were never been an issue in the media, in the politics. Then I've heard that some say that martial law was never brutal, or some say that martial law actually never happened.
Are you serious? Some people don't believe? I mean, it was in the national decree. Marcos televised it. There's so many accounts of it. How do they not believe it happened?
Yeah, I know, but nevertheless, whatever never happened, no, we must clear revisionism to clear our vision.